On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing Jones into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
And they'll get him down right about the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Bengals, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Lawrence will throw. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it fun. Now it's Hines. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Nyheim Hines hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. Gano the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Jones. That's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football, because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Davante Adams with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make the score 14-0. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Dante Jackson picks it, and the Ravens are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Hooked up by Troy Apke. And the Bengals are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks,
that's caught inside the 20. And all the way in for the Cincinnati score. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bengals strike quickly here for 6 points. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. These two teams met in Baltimore, you might remember, earlier in the year with the Ravens winning that game. So a win here in Cincinnati would give them the season sweep 2-zip. On 2nd down now, it's Hines, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Play action, it's Lawrence. Looking right side, and it's complete to Watkins. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Lawrence. This to Hines on the drop-off. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
From the 45 on second down. Lawrence, nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Bengals have recovered it. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
To throw again on second down, Jones. And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head.
They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach told us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They'll start on the ground with Hines. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Hines. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. For it with Hines. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Lawrence's throw taken in by Watkins here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. He hits Adams, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. The pass underneath, here's Hines with it. And he'll get 7 yards from the 17 to the 10 before he's taken down. This is Hines. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. Gano now following the touchdown, here to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Well, these two teams hooking up for the 2nd time this year. They first met back in October, week 7. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jonathan Jones.
And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the 2nd half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Able to force him out of the pocket right, but still able to complete it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. He'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Mecole Hardman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will add on to their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And the lead now up to 14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And now here's another interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes.
Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. Now a handoff here to his running back.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
On play action, Lawrence. Throw left side complete. That's Hines. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. This one out quickly to Watkins. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
91.
And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
You want 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Nyheim Hines with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. Gano the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick 6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll increase their lead to 28. Throwing after the interception, Jones. Dancing to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip, and I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range.
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Dane Cruikshank. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 33. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
He's going to look deep for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 48 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Steps away to his left. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. Now Lawrence. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2. That one looks like he'll throw here. Being chased out left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. But I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside.
Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Gano now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
That 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the fourth quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one.
40 before he's out of bounds.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, the wins keep coming as this one moves them to 12-3 on the year. And they'll return home next week